Okay, so we are on how to organize the presentation. So remember, this is visual aids, like a one-to-one interaction with the audience. You are speaking. So one thing that you need to do is you need to structure into as you are getting to organize, like you are organizing a presentation. So structure your presentation into an introduction, a body, and a conclusion. Now, some important things that you get to use when you are making this presentation are what we call visual aids. So, visual aids are just things that you are going to use to help you present. Like when you are just speaking, people might not be able to get what you are saying. At least people can see what you are talking about. So, you can use flip charts, overhead projectors, videos, whiteboards and chalkboards, posters, handouts, even some object. For example, say you are presenting like you want to present on boom. So even go with evidence or hard copy of what you're talking about your presentation. So you get to show people what you're talking about. So those are visual aids. So what are the uses of visual aids? Visual aids help to make presentation live live. Like when you're presenting, what you think about is more live. Even when perhaps you miss out something, you are going to see on a visual aid, and you might you come back in the right way. For example, imagine I was presenting this presentation and I'm just speaking. If I go out of ideas, I might not know what to do next. So in this case, because there's something in front of me, I'm able to present and you're able to follow up. So that is one thing that a visual aid does. And also visual aids can help the audience to follow the presentation, just like I'm speaking and you're following right now because you're able to see. Okay, visual aids also help to present information that would be difficult to follow through speech alone. There's something that are too complex. There are some words which we don't know. Imagine I'm just speaking and I'm using these words which you don't know. That might be very difficult. And when I'm using a visual aid, that will be much simpler. And they mostly help like to relax the audience. I'm speaking, audience will not just concentrate on hearing, they are also seeing. Because of that, that is going to relax them. Like their concentration will not be much on just paying attention to what I'm speaking, because they're also seeing. That is going to much relax them. Now when you are using these visual aids, remember we're talking about chalkboards, whiteboards, projectors, flip charts, videos. One thing is, it should be concise, simple, and relevant. Concise means like short but up to the point. So your presentation is short but to the point. Another thing, it should be simple. Don't make it that complex for people to understand. Don't use technical language only for educated people. Use a language that anyone and everyone in the audience should be able to understand and should be relevant. Like what you're presenting on should be important. Remove things which are not necessary. So you need to look at the audience. What is my audience? What is their intellect? Like what's their level of education? So as you get to present, make sure that everything you present on is relevant, is important, is necessary. Another thing is arrange equals correspond with the presentation structure. So this is your structure. You have got the introduction, the body, and also the conclusion. This is your structure. So arrange your points in a logical order. Imagine you're presenting a story. Now you just start how this person, the owner of the story, died. And then now you start talking about how you went to the farm, how you gave a person a pregnancy, how he was killed. How is that? So present in a logical order, like events are flowing in a certain manner. And also make sure that each should convey a specific idea. So as you are getting to present, perhaps you are remember you are using points if it is on a flip chart or in a projector. They should be able to flow in a logical order, like events are flowing in a logical order and each point is being out a set idea. So then I need to make sure. Now on the types of visual aids, we've got chalkboards and whiteboards. Now chalkboards and whiteboards are suitable for small audiences and they're mostly informal, like maybe in an informal class or you are together with your friends. And well, chalkboards and whiteboards are cheap. That's the goodness, they're cheap. You also have flip charts which can be used up to 30 people to record to record lists of ideas or display spur of the moment. Now, when you're using flip charts, you don't put a lot of things. You just be putting many points, like spurs of the moment. What are the many things of that time? It is just a record list of ideas, just list of ideas, not explanations. That's a flip chart. You also have overhead projectors, which switch between various display styles but within a limited view. So that is on overhead projectors. I hope like we've seen projectors before, right? In those times when we used to watch Jesus film, they're going to use overhead projectors. You are seeing the film. Those have got limited view. Why? Because it will not be that big. If you put an overhead projector just for a specific audience, it might not be for too many people. For example, if it is in a class, it has got like more limitations. For example, at times in more light, you might not be able to watch when there is much light. Those are some limited views, and you might not be able to put it in a very open place, overhead projectors, because you might not be able to see if there is much light there. Okay. You also have slide projections and computer based displays. So these get to add an air of professionalism to the presentation. Like slide projections, you're going to put them on an overhead projector. Just like here, you can see I'm moving down. So these are more slides. So slides and computer-based displays are very much good. Why? They add the professionalism. Imagine someone is presenting and you're just writing with chalk like that. That's more informal. But when you've got slides, those are more formal and they add the professionalism. So make sure your choice of the visual aid matches your needs and those of the audience as you get to present. Depending on the presenter, that will determine what kind of visual aid you're going to use. Now, when preparing slides, remember you are making what? You are making you want to present using a projector. Now, you want to make slides as you see and images relevant and those things.